Hey guys, Rinji here, once again bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And today we have something that I usually don't report on as VTuber graduations and really VTuber drama or VTuber cringe, so to speak. But this one has an underlining of something iffy going on behind the scenes, and there's clearly some bad blood between several of the actors involved in this story. So let's get right down to business. Well, it seems like Production Kawaii's third generation of VTubers called Enchantasia has all quit at the same time. Unexpectedly so, as a lot of the VTubers from that generation had plenty of streams lined up for this week, but this graduation, this quitting, comes out of nowhere. And let's get right into it, and let's see what it was actually all about, if we can actually get some of the answers. Production Kawaii official. Important announcement. Dear Kawaii fans, we are extremely sorry to announce the graduation of all of our talents of Generation 3. Please read the official announcement below for details. And here's the announcement. Thank you for your continued support to Production Kawaii. We hereby announce that today, Friday, April 7th, 2023, third generation talents Aleta Sky, Miru Kotofuji, Peony Area, and Sawa Safari will be graduating from VTuber Production Kawaii. The management team and Generation 3 had a disagreement over the directions of the production. After multiple discussions and meetings, Generation 3 has determined that it remains difficult to continue their VTuber activities in Production Kawaii. We, the management team, therefore have decided to respect their decisions to part with the company and we wish them the luck in their future endeavors. Please accept our deepest apologies to all fans and related officials for this sudden announcement, as well as our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to everyone who has supported their activities for the past 7 months. End of service notice. YouTube membership and exclusive contents. We will be closing YouTube membership for each talent of Generation 3 on 2359 JST on April 30th. After this date, you'll no longer be able to join the membership and view the exclusive contents. YouTube channels. All the videos and contents of each talent of Generation 3's YouTube channel will be deleted on the 23rd 59 GST on April 30th. Both Generation 3 merchandise, including individual merchandise, will be on sale until the 23:59 GST on April 30th. About the donaton rewards for Aleta Sky and Sawa Safari. We would like to address an issue regarding the ongoing reward deliveries of Aleta Sky and Sawa Safari. While both the management team and the talents have been diligently preparing for the rewards, there are some rewards that we cannot prepare due to this sudden graduation. Both the management and the talents will be doing everything possible to prepare the rewards to the best of our abilities. However, we also understand that some fans may prefer to receive a refund due to this issue. For those who would like to receive a refund, please contact us via Google form below as we intend to refund the whole amount received. Additionally, please note that we will be sending a separate email to confirm the top donators about the rewards. Please check your email for further details. We will be accepting refunds until 23:59 GST on April 30th, and that's the end of the message. Following that, several of the remaining talents within the Production Kawaii had their own messages left over due to the sudden graduation. They even made a special video, which we're going to be watching as this video itself goes on. First off, Nene Amano did her own message. Hi, this is Nene, a member of Production Kawaii Generation 1. I'm equally as shocked and pained by this decision made by Generation 3 as the fans are. Production Kawaii has planned to grow as a company and Generation 3 did not agree with this. Despite the initial agreement from them, management as well as Generation 1 and Generation 3 tirelessly attempted discussions with Generation 3 to no avail. The fact that Generation 3 have decided to collectively leave Production Kawaii so suddenly, despite all of the efforts they had to put in, as well as all the trust we placed in them, leaves a deep scar in my heart. As a founding member of Production Kawaii, my genmates and I have gone through many trials and tribulations in order to bring Production Kawaii where it is today. Despite all of this, we did not give up and never stop reaching for the stars. Generation 1 and Generation 2 will continue to work hard in order to bring happiness to our fans every day. I can reassure you that these remaining members of Production Kawaii are here to stay. Personally, I would like to let you know that I have very much treasured this opportunity. I have been given to be your angel, and I will protect this role with all my heart. I will be very happy if you continue to support Production Kawaii as we move forward from this matter. Continued on. Please read this whole statement thoroughly. No, I'm not going anywhere. Generation 3 willingly chose to graduate. No, management is not the bad guy. They were extremely accommodating and tried all they could to accommodate Generation 3's requests. I hope you can understand my perspective as a talent who has built up the company from the beginning. There's a reason why 7 of us are so loyal to it and continue to work our hardest. Next, we have a message from Isla Coleman. I cannot put my feelings into words, but all I ask is for everyone, especially the fans who are affected by this, take care of yourselves. As for us in Generation 1 and Generation 2, we'll be alright and we continue to do our best and move forward from this. Thank you. I've been thinking up better words to describe how I feel, but it's been an hour of me just staring on my Twitter screen. I'm overwhelmed and sad with how things have turned out, but for now, let's eventually get ourselves back on our feet. Thank you for your support. I put this out now too, but I'll be rescheduling tomorrow's stream until further notice. I hope you understand. I want to be able to cheer everyone up with my silly streams and big energy soon at my 100%, so please wait for me until then. Try loud to make you smile for now. Continue on with a message from Namiji Frisia. Please stop joining our company just to decide to leave in a few months. Asking the first time didn't seem to get hurt. I'm very sorry to the fans left behind. And this is the friction that I was talking about. And some of that friction, some of that possible bad blood will also be clearly visible as we go into the video statement surrounding this whole issue. If there were disagreements, I'd say they would be preferred to do things a certain way, management another. If they couldn't reach mutual agreements, I wouldn't say they decided to leave. If they all graduated, I assume the ones weren't all entirely unreasonable. Please watch the statement video if you haven't yet for more details than the posted text announcement. It feels really wrong to have not to have a concrete reason. They didn't give us any either. Have they really gone silent on everyone? Moving on, from Reina-san. I'm currently in the forest with some of my family and friends for the next 3 days. And I just woke up. I can speak on this right now, but will on Monday. And Charlotte Suzu with just a meme. Man. Moving on, we have graduation statements from the Generation 3 Enchantasia of Production Kawaii. First, Sawa Safari. Hello, I apologize for the sudden announcement. Despite the past 8 months have been a whirlwind of fun, I would never ask to undo them. You've been giving so much joy in the community, I can't ever thank you enough. I'm sorry I didn't say it enough, but I love you. Savayanara, one last time. Moving on to Alera Sky. I've never been good with words, but thank you for being the best, most wonderful, most amazing people. Truly from the bottom of my heart, I love you so much. Never forget rule number 1. Look after yourself. Thank you for existing and being my sunshine. Daisuki Deo. And here's a handwritten letter by hey. Hi. Letty here. I've never been good with words, but thank you for being the best, most wonderful, most amazing people. Truly from the bottom of my heart, I love you so much. Never forget rule number 1. Look after yourself. I'm only allowed to break this rule. Thank you for sticking and bringing me sunshine. Daisuki Deo. And ending on a heartfelt sticker. Next is Miruko Tofuji. Thank you for letting me sing for you, Thunderlings. And thank you for being here for me every step of the way. I hope the times I sang for your favorite song will always be in your memory. And please take care of yourselves. It's been an hour to meet you, Ryu. And lastly, Yoni Area. Dear Dewdrop, thank you for all the precious moments spent together. I hope they will forever stay in your hearts. And although it's selfish, I hope you always remember your little fairy Peony fondly. So for a final time, good morning, Dew, and please always do well. Thank you so much by Peony. Before going to the actual video prepared by some of the remaining talents, it's also worth mentioning that the final member of Enchantasia got fired from the company at the beginning of February. Otoshi was let go from the company for leaking material and supposedly doxing the other talents within the production Kawaii agency. Back then, the Generation 3 talents have made a video statement about this as well. This is should be still available online if you go look it up. So I have no idea how related this is to them suddenly graduating, but it's still worth mentioning, as it might pop up at some different point in time if something else goes on within production Kawaii. But moving on from this, let's watch the joint statement video prepared by the remaining production Kawaii talents.
This is production Kawaii, Generation 1 and 2. Given the recent announcement that has been made regarding the sudden graduation of talents Peony Eria, Media Kotofuji, Sawa Safari, and Aletta Sky, we remaining talents at production Kawaii have written our own joint statement to clarify what happened and explain our perspective. First, we would like to take a moment to express our most sincere apologies to the fans of these 4 girls. We understand that it is surprising, and we know it may take a long time to heal from this shock. We are also shocked by this outcome, as we were completely blindsided by Gen 3's decision.
On Tuesday, March 28, 2023, we noticed that the members of Production Kawaii Gen 3 had suddenly canceled their scheduled streams seemingly all at the same time without prior warning. Nobody in Gen 3 had spoken with Gen 1, Gen 2, or management about the reason for the sudden canceled streams, so we asked if there was something going on. A member of Gen 3 responded quickly, stating that they were demanding an immediate meeting with management. The Production Kawaii management staff is based out of Japan, so the timing of their demand for an emergency meeting would have been around 3 o'clock in the morning Japan time. Per the words of 2 members of Gen 3, they assured us their canceled streams weren't done as a way to protest the company, and that this wasn't really a big deal. They just really urgently wanted to have a meeting with management as soon as possible.
When we asked what the urgency was that demanded a meeting right this second, Gen 3 stated that they wanted to discuss with management the various concerns they had in regards to some of the plans and projects management had wanted to involve them in. A member of Gen 3 spoke up, stating that they were all feeling burnt out from streaming and they weren't feeling positive about the company's future plans. While we agreed with several of Gen 3's grievances and empathized with their feelings of burnout, we also stated that this did not seem to warrant the urgency they displayed to us.
They assured Gen 1 and 2 that their actions were not drastic and that they had no intention to graduate despite canceling all their streams that day to push for this meeting. While the mention of graduation here might seem odd and out of place, it is something Gen 3 has threatened management with in the past. Gen 3 stressed that the cancellation of their streams was not some form of protest, and that ultimately, the situation was not actually a big deal. Gen 3 reassured us, and we believed them. We then expressed concern that canceling streams at the same time without explanation might worry the fans and lead to negative speculation. So we asked them to tweet to reassure fans that there were no issues. No one in Gen 3 made this tweet.
Management responded to Gen 3's request for a meeting in Japan's morning hours. During the meeting, Gen 3 raised their concerns about the timing of a possible Kickstarter campaign that would have funded their inclusion in Production Kawaii's idle activities, burnout, and concerns over the direction of the company. In response, management agreed and proposed different plans and directions for Gen 3. Despite these attempts to ease Gen 3's worries and adhere to their requests, the members of Gen 3 ultimately still chose to graduate as a group. Gen 3 broke the news to us about 13 hours after the start of their meeting with management. Because they had initially told Gens 1 and 2 that they were not going to threaten graduation and that this meeting was not such a big deal, we were completely caught off guard. We felt lied to. Just a month prior, members of Gen 3 were praising the company, and in recent days, multiple Gen 3 talents were making plans and projects with us and saying how happy they were to be with us.
In the days that followed, management spoke with each talent of Gen 3 in an attempt to better understand what led to their decision to graduate, as their collective reasoning did not make any sense to any of us. It was found that each girl had her own individual reasons that differed from what they initially told us was the driving force behind the emergency meeting they insisted on having with management. Initially, not everyone wanted to graduate, but they decided to do so as a group anyway. Management put in a lot of effort to understand and negotiate with Gen 3. There were many days and nights spent meeting with them at a time that was convenient for the talent, even if it was in the middle of the night in Japan. Management went to great lengths to try to get them to understand how extreme and sudden their decision was. Nevertheless, Gen 3 decided to graduate from Production Kawaii.
We in Gen 1 and 2 felt hurt and betrayed by Gen 3's decision. We felt and still feel that there was so much to look forward to in regards to this company's future. So to leave at this point in time made no sense to us. Positive things like events, concerts, additional 3D model debuts, and plans for increasing support for talents. How could they not see what we see? This is what we thought. We felt as if the members of Gen 3 were focusing too much on negatives that could be easily resolved with discussion and time, rather than the bright path we thought lay before us. In a small company, because of our limited resources, some changes take time. It hasn't always been easy, but because of the efforts of the talents and management being open to feedback, several positive changes have been implemented internally over the past 2 years. This is all due to communication, patience, and willingness to work with management on the part of the talents. We, remaining members of Production Kawaii, have endured and made strides to build this company up to what it is today for nearly 2 years, and we honestly thought Gen 3 would be right alongside us in this journey. Believe us when we say we are just as shocked at this announcement as you are.
All of us wanted them to stay, even after all of this, but in the end, they decided to leave as a Gen. Perhaps this was done as a display of Gen 3 unity, but we saw it as a betrayal of Production Kawaii talent unity. Despite the time spent trying to work with them and understand them, Gen 3 ultimately decided that no accommodations, no future plans, and no promises would be enough for them to stay. Their minds were made up. They would leave their avatars, their channels, their fans, their senpai, and Production Kawaii as a whole behind.
We are all extremely hurt by their decision and shocked by the suddenness of this, both talent and management alike. Please give us time to heal as we move forward. And please know that the 7 of us in Gens 1 and 2 love Production Kawaii and genuinely want to be here, and we'll do our very best to continue putting smiles on your faces. We love what we are doing. We love who we are. We are proud of the changes and strides Production Kawaii has made in the 2 years we have existed thus far. We ask that you, the fans, continue putting your faith in us. We promise to always do our best.
And there you have it. That's the end of the video. And as you can tell, all of this was pretty sudden for all the remaining talents, and the friction it can be clearly felt from this video, as most of the talents mentioned that they were hurt by the decision. And going forward, it still remains a mystery why all of them decided to graduate at the same time, despite some of them being mentioned to have reservations about doing so. As one of the talents mentioned, this may have been to show some kind of unity within Generation 3, but everything else is up to speculation why they decided to go this particular route and just all quit at the same time. It could be, and this is just my own speculation at this point, so take it with a grain of salt. It could be just that production Kawaii wasn't moving fast enough for them. Maybe the specific business plans that they had for Generation 3 didn't exactly pan out with how the Generation 3 talents envisioned themselves growing within the company and growing personally as entertainers. On top of that, surrounding the VTuber world right now, there's a lot of smaller and growing agencies that are opening recruitments, and a lot of them have opened recruitment in recent months and even weeks. So it's possible that the Generation 3 talents have been looking for new opportunities to grow within other agencies, and they were just waiting for the right time to graduate to move onto things they thought they were better for them. But once again, this is all my speculation. We may never know what exactly happened behind the scenes, but it wasn't a mutual. It wasn't so amicable as I guess a lot of people want to find it. But when it comes to fans, when it comes to the rest of VTubers, this affected a lot of people, and I'm sure the fans that Generation 3 managed to get within that time are gonna miss them dearly. But how will production Kawaii move on from this? Will will a new generation be dropped in order to replace all of these missing talents soon enough? As Enchantasia has been completely wiped off the face of the planet as far as the VTubing world goes? Well, we shall have to wait and see. But for now, that's everything. I hope to see you on the next one.